Be with me.
My pleasure.
Appreciate that. And you said you are a counselor to America,
Yes.
okay? So tell me, how did you decide to become a counselor for America, or did she choose you, or you chose her?
Well, America chose to participate in a program called Puente, and I am the assigned counselor to the Puente program. And the program has been here 20 years or so. And the whole goal is to get students like America, other Latino students, to improve their writing skills and through exposure to Latino literature, they improve their writing skills. And I mean, that is the key to being successful, I believe, in college, to have strong reading and writing skills. It's fundamental. And so because of her participation in the program, I met America. And I've had an opportunity to meet with her over the course of 4 years, in and out of the classroom. I've gone to a few field trips with the program. I've gone into the classroom a few times. But I really got to know her better, I think it was last year, when we started meeting more often. And certainly senior year, that's the year where I meet her many times with the seniors. And she's come in asking for a lot of information. She's very organized. She follows through with her to-do list for completing the college application and everything. And so she's been very diligent about making sure she's on top of things. And so that's how I got to meet her better this year.
That's good. So let me ask you, what is that one thing all students can do to get the same result as America?
I think they have to be willing to work hard. I know that's easy to say, work hard, but that means, first of all, you have to have hope. I think that you can make it. And I think that it also means work hard means you make some sacrifices sometimes. So that means you stay home and you study for a test instead of maybe going out with your friends. That means you don't spend a lot of time playing games on the computer and all these other distractions, right? I think that if you make those necessary sacrifices and you work hard and you ask for help, you know where your resources are, and you take advantage of those resources, I think you can be a successful student like America. You have to prepare. There's no shortcuts, I think. You have to prepare. And that means working hard, making sacrifices, being resourceful, being your own advocate many times.
I agree with that. Who was the most influential person in your life besides your parents, Ms. Morales?
Well, it had to be my teachers, because although I did have role models as far as family members, extended family members that had gone on to college and university, they were all in Mexico, and I was living here in the United States, and my parents did not have a lot of formal education, and certainly they did not have professional degrees. And so it would be teachers who would say, oh, you should apply for this, or you should apply for that, or you're a smart kid, you're a poor kid, you're going to get financial aid, don't worry about the money, your father's a janitor, your mother makes minimum wage, don't worry, you'll get it. So it was that kind of support, I think, that helped me from my teachers.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That is a really good. So many times I think the teachers are the really integral part of the student. And as you and I both know, many times teacher spends more time with the students than the parents.
But parents are very important too.
They are.
If I didn't have my parents' support, if I didn't have my parents saying or encouraging me and saying, oh no, you're not going to do this. For instance, I wanted a job, right? Minimum wage, whatever, but I wanted to work. And oh no, you'll do with what we can give you, but we'd rather you study or you do something else. You don't need that job. So I needed their support too.
That was great.
Yes.
That was great. Was there a teacher that inspired you in the classroom?
Yes. The teacher that inspired me in the classroom, I had more than one, but the one in high school, she passed away now, and she was always very positive. And I think that gave me motivation to be positive as well. She was raised in Juarez. Although she was not Latina, she spoke Spanish and she embraced the culture because she lived, in that area of the border. But she was always she always had positive signs in her classroom. She always would greet you with a smile, and she would say, you can do this, you need to do this, you have to do this. So all of those things really inspired me to go to college and pursue an education.
What was her name?
Her name was Patricia Randazzo. She ended up marrying one of my other favorite teachers after I had already graduated from high school. But they were both very positive. Even after I had graduated, we kept in touch a little bit. But it wasn't only me. Everybody that spoke of her always talked about how she would provide an ear for you to talk about personal or academic issues or whatever, and she always tried to steer you, guide you toward finding or making the right decision.
Wow, that's great. Mm-hmm. So how other teachers and your friends react to your accomplishment and how it has challenged you?
I don't know about other teachers as much. I know when I came back it was a little awkward because I had been a student. And I remember the first time I used the faculty restroom, a teacher just saw me and he says, students can't be in here, in a very stern voice. So I think at first they were, oh, she's not a student anymore. And I said, oh, I'm in the faculty now in my meek little voice because I was intimidated still. And you know that in our culture, we always respect our teachers. So I've never, and now I'm 60, so most of the teachers I had are retired. But when they were still teaching and I was much younger, I could never address them on a first name basis. And everybody would, hi, Ma, how are you doing? And hi, Mr. Whomever, or hi, Miss Whomever. I never felt comfortable enough to talk to them as friends and peers. So I think they were proud, especially those that had been my teachers. I can say that they were proud that someone that had come here, and I'm not the only one, that's it, that's not what I'm saying, but someone that had been here was now in their ranks. But it must have been a little awkward for both of us, especially for me. And for my friends, those that have known that I've come back to after graduation, they'll say, oh, that's good that you're here. And sometimes they'll bring their younger brothers or sisters, that, especially when I was younger. Oh, this was my friend. They'll introduce their child. This was my friend and she's going to help you with whatever. Or she'll say, or they'll call me, or could you help my grandson with this? Don't you remember we went to school together? And of course you want to. So I think they feel like they have a connection to the school, that I'm going to help them out somehow. And of course I will. And I like knowing about the families that were here when I was here and since, yeah.
So what do you do when you're not teaching or when you're not counseling?
Well, I have, my parents are still alive, and so I visit my family. I live kind of far, and I have my first grandchild, and I love being a grandmother. I love being, she calls me Yaya. And so when I'm not counseling, I go home, I have a long drive, and I wish I could tell you, oh, I run, I cook. And I go grocery shopping or whatever to cook, and I clean my house. But the other time, I play with my granddaughter. I read to my granddaughter. We go walking. Her name is Amelia Rose, but we call her Mila. And she calls herself Mimi. Oh. And so I spend time with her and my family. I do spend time. I have a large extended family. And so when my children were younger, I have 3, we used to spend all our time on the ball field or the soccer field because they played travel ball and soccer, and they were on club teams, and we would be all over. I know all of the small cities in California up and down, and we went out of state and we did all of that. And then when my daughter was in college, my youngest one, she played for Santa Clara University softball, so we'd go see her games. But they all graduated now, and so now it's family time, whether it's my parents or the others. Good. Nothing exciting. No.
Ms. Morales, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank
you. I hope I answered okay because I didn't know.
It's all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
Okay.
Because this is in a good spirit. And the goal is to inspire others with your story. and America Story. Okay, so this is what we are doing.
Okay.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to meet with you and to recognize you as one of the good students at the overfelt. Super. So, Rebecca, can you tell the readers what was the incident happened in your life that you would like to share with the readers?
So I've been thinking about this for the last couple of days, and I can't come up with one incident. I honestly just believe that it's been a bunch of incidents, but not really incidents. It's more like I've just had this grit to get by and, you know, become a model student for not just like Latinos, but for everyone in general. I've been told, I've asked a lot of people, I've been told that I work well in groups. I didn't really know that, but apparently I do. I like sports, and I've been class president, and that's been really hard for me because I'm not someone who likes to get out and expose themselves, but, you know, that's challenged me.
So what do you do as a class president?
Well, I was supposed to lead, well, I did. I led the class in events like homecoming. You know, we have to rally up everyone else. We have to give spirit, positive attitude, and stuff like that. You have to be the face, and you also have to be the person behind working and getting all the posters and giving a good example for everyone else.
So what is that one thing you did that anyone can do? When I say anyone, means any of the student can do to achieve what you have.
I would say finding grit for moving forward in life and not staying the same. So like improving, always improving.
Okay. Who was the most influential person in your life besides your parents? Because parents are always the most influential people.
There's a support system. I'd have to say Ms. Morales. She's always there when I need her. You know, when I'm lost, I'm like, oh my God, where's Ms. Morales? I'm looking for her. Whenever I have a doubt, like, Ms. Morales, can you do this? Can you help me with this? And, you know, she sees more in me than I can see in myself, and I feel like that supports me and that makes me want to do more.
That is so good.
Thank you.
Was there a teacher that inspired you in the classroom?
So, a teacher. Oh, Ms. Morales. Well, so I think a negative experience has a positive impact, and I've never failed a class before. So, you know, when I did, I was like, wow, like, what am I doing now? And my teacher, he was pushing us, but it was like, you know, I didn't know what to do anymore. And so he inspired me in the way that, like, I realized more about myself, and I realized that it's not that I don't work hard enough, it's just I didn't understand something, and he inspired me so much that I learned more about me.
So you're a self-realization?
I had a moment of self-realization, and that helped me to do even more. So I retook the class, and I had the motivation to do it and actually learn, you know, what I was looking at when I was reading a textbook. And so I think I'm not sure if I should mention names, but
Sure.
Mr. Yi, he definitely did inspire me.
Oh, good. So how are your friends react to your accomplishment and how it has challenged you?
My friends, they react with warm regards. They congratulate me. Sometimes it's like, you know, like I want them to do as well, and I want them to be just like me, but it's challenged me. Like, I know they can, but I know that I can push them too, so that's my challenge. Like, you know, I can push them and I need to.
So how do you do that when you talk about pushing your colleagues or your friends to do the same as you do?
So I guess you have to help. You have to, when you look at them and they don't understand something, you have to be there, like, explaining it to them. You have to be a tutor, more than a friend. You have to be a tutor. You have to be a teacher too, and you have to support them and remind them that they can do as much as you can, and that we can all reach the same level of achievements.
So you're talking about being a Miss Morales
Yeah,
in the story.
Yeah, being a mini Miss Morales.
Being Miss
Exactly.
Morales.
In addition,
What do you like to do, America, when you're not in school?
when I'm not in school, I like to draw dresses. It's not something a lot of people would know, but I like to draw dresses, like cultural dresses. I'm very interested in cultures and people and how we mingle. So cultural dresses, I like drawing them. Fashion, I don't know.
So have you ever done any of the dresses that you would like to share with the?
My mom actually, she studied to be a seamstress. So yeah, she's made a couple of the dresses that
That
I've
you
drawn.
designed?
Yeah.
So you kind of getting into the fashionista?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, America, thank you. Thank you for meeting with us and thank you for sharing.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
She's gonna go to college and study languages.
Good.
We're gonna see her.
We'd like to see more of you in the future, and I'm sure people will be interested in finding out, more about her as the time goes. It's a
cultural ambassador or something.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Ok, gracias.